At the beginning of this episode, Myungji covered Seong's mouth and ordered Hana out of Seong's room. Myungji calmed Seong down, but Seong remained scared, thinking Yeojin reported her for child abuse because Yeojin already knew what she did 20 years ago. This made Myungji feel crazy because she couldn't tell Seong that she was the one who made the false report. Myungji asked Seong to trust her one last time and gave Seong sleeping pills. Meanwhile, Hana wondered why Seong knelt and apologized. She didn't get any answers. When morning came, Yeojin told her family that the house investigated for abuse wasn't hers, but someone else's. Yeojin also told Hana that the adoption process seemed difficult because the agency knew Eunchung had been abused by Seong. Yeojin suggested Hana postpone adopting Eunchung, but Hana said she would find a way to adopt Eunchung as soon as possible. Then Yeojin promised to make marshmallows and hot chocolate for Eunchung. Myungji then told Hana that when Hana was young, she really liked marshmallows and hot chocolate, a fact Hana never knew. Myungji deliberately kept telling Hana about Yeojin's childhood to make Hana realize she wasn't Yeojin's real daughter, as this was the only way for Seong to live safely. Yeojin stopped Myungji. Seong, still thinking Hana's memories had returned, asked Myungji to believe her. But Myungji said the most important thing was for Seong to tell Hana that what she did when Hana entered her room was a mistake. Myungji wanted this to prevent Hana from suspecting Seong. Seong, not remembering what happened, told Hana she always said nonsense during nightmares and didn't mean to ask for forgiveness. That day, Seong saw Hana, Eunchung, and Yeojin happily making marshmallow and hot chocolate, making her think Yeojin was tasting her because Yeojin knew what she did 20 years ago. Myungji couldn't stand seeing Seong like this, so she took Seong to a shaman for amulets. The shaman said Hana didn't remember anything and that Seong's luck was in the east. Because Seong and Jingu's new house is in the east, Myungji and Seong put the amulet under Seong's bed, hoping it would help Seong's fear. Meanwhile, Hana met Jisok and told him she was postponing adopting Eunchung because of a false report. Jisok guessed someone deliberately made a false report to prevent Hana from adopting Eunchung, someone who didn't want Hana to be Eunchung's legal guardian. Hana thought that those people were Yeojin and Myungji, noting Myungji's recent kindness to Eunchung. This made Jisok guess that Myungji knew Hana was fake and Eunchung was the real daughter. That day, after Myungji attached the amulet, she left Seong's apartment but left her car keys behind. When she returned, she didn't find Seong and guessed he was at Jisok's apartment. She was right. Seong was there, but she left hurriedly after seeing an article about Yeojin's missing daughter. When Seong went out, she bumped into Myungji, who went into Jisung's apartment, accusing him of seducing Seong. Seong said she approached Jisuk first and came to his apartment voluntarily. Myungji took Seong home, saying she was crazy for being tempted by a man like Jisuk. Meanwhile, Jingu came to Yeojin's house and talked to Hana about Eunchung's adoption. Hana told Jingu she wouldn't postpone adopting Eunchung. She would find a way without Yeojin knowing. Hana asked Jingu if Yeojin had other misfortunes besides losing her daughter, because she noticed Yeojin was always sad, even when with her, and sometimes called someone else by name. Jingu said Yeojin might be missing her husband, but Hana said, based on what Myungji said, Yeojin couldn't possibly miss her husband who left her 20 years ago. That day, Jingu told Yeojin about Hana's anxiety and asked Yeojin to be careful and not show too much affection to Eunchung because it would hurt Hana. Jingu wanted Yeojin to keep her promise not to hurt Hana and to stay by her side. Yeojin told Jingu she wouldn't let Hana adopt Eunchung because it would give Hana full rights over Eunchung, and she worried Hana might not let her see Eunchung if Hana ever hated her. At the end of the episode, Hana was relieved Jingu didn't tell Yeojin about her plans. They talked about being friends, but Hana still spoke formally to Jingu. Hana then told Jingu that they met 20 years ago when she was young, 10. Seong overheard this and became very scared every time Hana mentioned 20 years ago and 10 years old. So she went into her room, packed her clothes, and ran away from Yeojin's house to her new house. Myungji followed her and they argued until Myungji slapped Seong and told her Yojin's real daughter died 6 years ago and Hana is a fake daughter made by Yojin.